Washington. Welcome, Tyler. So what is going on next week?
Yeah, hey, John. Well, lawmakers are back in town here in Washington after an extended August recess. And the first matter of business is going to be trying to avert a government shutdown ahead of an October 1st deadline. And our analysts at Bloomberg Intelligence put the chance of a shutdown at around 40%. Instead, they say it's much more likely that we're looking at what's known as a continuing resolution. Essentially, lawmakers are going to kick the can down the road, potentially to December or March. But it really remains to be seen because there is a lot more negotiating that has to be done. And we know the efforts are getting complicated by the White House's push for about $5 billion rescissions package related to foreign aid. And that's upsetting Democrats, not to mention they're already raising concerns here about what the future to Medicaid is going to look like. And they want to make some changes to already the changes that we have seen in place so far this year. So that could all really complicate matters for lawmakers on Capitol Hill. And I have to say, I spoke to a few different House Democratic members over the August recess on Bloomberg Television who told me that they are planning to risk a shutdown if that means that they could get some leverage here in a Republican-controlled Congress. But as our analysts point out, it's a politically risky calculation at this point, since we know that it could cost them some political points, considering we're already thinking about the 2026 midterms. I'll also put on your radar that I'm watching some developments around two different court cases. One has to do with Fed Governor Lisa Cook, who is suing President Trump over his attempts to oust her as a Fed governor. We could get some updates in that case. And the second case has to do with the tariffs after an appeals court ruled President Trump overstepped his authority when invoking the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEPA, to impose his broad-based universal tariffs. John, the White House says that they will fight this to the end and that it was well within President Trump's scope of power.
Tyler, so much to talk about. Thanks for the great summary. Thank you for joining us. Remember, America, in the circus that is politics, there's always a balancing act. I'm John Katko. We'll see you next time.
With Pomeroy markers, history is based on the facts and vetted by professional historians. Over 3,000 installed nationwide. From Maine to Florida, to California, to Minnesota, to Texas and Alaska. Since 2006, our markers have helped people celebrate community history. Marker grant program information available at wgpfoundation.org.
It takes time to craft a piece of furniture and to craft a 125-year legacy. It takes patience to execute every detail the right way. And it takes family working to bring out the best in each other over generations. This is Stickley, the furniture that serves generations of family, maturing with time, rewarding patience, and celebrating every detail. This is what excellence means to us.
Ozarks Public Television is pleased to recognize champion athletes of the Ozarks, hosting Night of Champions Trivia June 18th at the Oasis Convention Center to support athletes living with disabilities. Registration information at championathletes.org.
Hey friends, I'm Jimmy Ray, arts reporter and host of Arts News on OPT's sister station, KSMU. I'm thrilled to introduce our new arts newsletter, The Green Room. So whether you're into theater, music, visual arts, or just love the creative energy of the Ozarks, The Green Room is your backstage pass. Get inspiring stories, artist spotlights, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content delivered straight to your inbox. Subscribe now at optv.org or scan the QR code there on your screen. And let's celebrate the arts together. I'll see you in the Green Room.
History Happened Here supports the celebration and preservation of community history.
If it's summer in Syracuse, New York, it's salt potato season. This dish is tied to the area's long history of salt production. Yielded from natural springs, the salt was processed in large open vats, and the salt residue was scraped up and packaged. The prevalence of salt and its importance to the region's economy earned Syracuse the nickname Salt City. Irish immigrant workers created the dish of salt potatoes by boiling potatoes they had brought for their lunches in the salt vats. The unique flavor of the potatoes caught on, and soon local restaurants added the dish to their menus. Today, salt potatoes are prepared by boiling small new potatoes in their skins in heavily salted water. They are served with melted butter and are a beloved dish and a regional staple throughout central New York, where locals and tourists alike can find them at family picnics, area restaurants, and food festivals throughout the area.
Do you have an idea for an historical marker in your community? Let us know. Visit historicalmarker.org to learn how to apply for a marker at no cost to you.
Support for World on Ozarks Public Television is provided by Citizens Memorial Hospital, committed to meeting Southwest Missouri's healthcare needs through new locations, facility upgrades, staffing, and robotic technology. Healthcare reminds us every story matters and every life is part of a larger story. Citizens Memorial Hospital, proudly supporting World and the stories that connect us all. Information at citizensmemorial.com.
This program was made possible in part by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Mexico. From its big city plazas to its shimmering seasides, this ancient land is a melting pot of inspiration.
I'm always looking to see what can I put into the world that hasn't been put there.
Lo que nos hace únicos es que seguimos haciendo todo de manera artesanal, hecho con las manos.